workers unite. Woo! And they have nothing to lose but their G-strings, which I think I just did.
Oh my goodness, I'm not quite sure what I saw there. Also coming up, step aside shrinkflation, the snack company that's changing its in-the-bag strategy.
A little bit later on, the actor who has just been delisted for the most celebrity deepfakes. We'll tell you who it is.
Mitch English, maybe?
We'll see.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English. So glad to have you here on our little show we call Daily Flash. We are so glad to have you here. And we also, of course, will be treated by the man that's not on any Epstein or P. Diddy list, Matt Doolittle. You got to be proud of that, man. One of them? All right.
Thank you.
We'll figure that out. All right. James, get on that for us, okay?
Guys, the other night I got to see Venom 3.
Really? You think that they'd
It's going to be on preview review, and I will post it.
You don't seem happy about it. Can we just leave it at that, right? Is that what it is?
I want to just make a general comment. I feel like these superhero movies have sort of hit their...
We've had enough,
We are
right?
maxed out.
We've hit the echelon.
Yeah, we've hit the pinnacle of interest.
I think with Penguin, which I think all of us agree
is amazing.
The anti-hero is probably going to be the next round.
But Venom is supposed to be the anti-hero, and it's a whole... oh, God. It was a disaster of a film.
And I'm a little bit clipped here, but is that DC or Marvel?
Sony.
Nerd! Sony, so it's neither? Honestly, I don't know.
Do you want to go down the Gotham Avenue?
Do not mention
do you want to start?
where Gotham is located.
Do you want to start the Gotham Chicago? Start.
Watchmen? Yeah. Now, they tried that for a little while, and I got into it. The Watchmen.
Not so
what's her
good.
name? Regina Hall? Yeah, but you're talking about a movie, right?
Yeah, the movie.
Okay.
Oh, but the show.
The show I thought was
the
the show.
series.
I liked the show.
The movie was incredible.
The movie was?
But the
I liked
TV
it.
series was...
Okay, none of us have girlfriends, right? Is it safe to say you don't have a girlfriend? I don't have a girlfriend. You don't have a girlfriend. It's because, Matt and I are married, but still.
I do have a boyfriend.
We'll go very, very far.
But maybe the rest of
the
it.
joke for,
yes.
There you go.
So here's something for you guys to consider. This gal who considers herself an influencer has come out to say she has justified why she will not split the bill on first dates. Here's her rationale. Okay. She says, I spend a couple $100 on an outfit. I get my brows done. I get my hair done. I get a spray tan. I work out. I do all of these things. By the time all is said and done, for my first date, I've spent probably $300 to $500 in addition to the time of putting myself together for the date. So that's my contribution to the date. I refuse to split the bill. Your guys' reaction.
Sweet Baby James has I can tell.
Say, you want to do that anyway. I'm just saying, and that would be great just for coffee. So that, now, just make sure you look good for me. And if you're a sugar mama who dances on the pole, I'm available. Thank you. I appreciate you.
We give him that mic, and he holds it like Ray Charles. Did you notice that? Look how he talks with that.
You got thick wrist, baby. You got thick wrist.
Tell me this. Here's my rebuttal.
Yes, your rebuttal. Yes, sir.
Is that I'm certain that you will. I would hope that you would agree that women do not dress up for men. Women dress up for other women.
It is true.
Okay, now with that, to be a gentleman, when I was in the dating world, I wouldn't even think about going Dutch. I'm like, if I invited you out, I'm like, I'm paying. I mean, that's just how it should be. That's a gentleman way to go.
Yes.
And if you choose to present your way listen, dating is job interviews. That's all it is.
100%.
So are you going to say the same thing to a person that's going to hire you, more or less? So I kind of think that I understand where she's coming from.
Your first date with Liza, you were like, oh, she's taller and smarter and like.
She was like,
same with me.
So different from everybody I've seen. Right when I saw her, she's like, well, this chick's taller than me. She's not going to be into me. I don't care. And we had a real talk.
You got to think of it. It's an economic thing. How many interviews do you go on in a week? Most women go on a lot of interviews because they want free food. So you know what I'm saying? So if I'm spending $200 an interview, I'm going broke by the end of the month, so I can't do it.
No, you do.
Yeah, I mean, you spend it. They want all this money. No. You know what? I'll buy you a $4 cup of coffee from a place with last name Bucks.
And see, you're smart.
And, we'll go from there. If I don't like you, I'll let you know right then and there.
James at dailyflashshow.com is his email address. No, but I agree with you. I think a coffee thing is just keep it low, and and that's like my wife. We went out for coffee first time, second time we went out.
In her defense, I will say this: guys are visual creatures. We've got to look good for you. So there is a certain implication that, your presentation is a lot. It's 90% of the job interview, if you will.
But there are a lot of women out there who believe 1 + 1 = 3, no matter how great they look. So you got to be careful
Not all
with
of them that way. I've said this on the show many times. Dating for ladies, it has, and it agrees with what you're saying. You sell the sizzle, not the steak. You figure out what's going on afterwards. Yes. You go, hey, all right, why do I? You're right. 100% visual. If didn't have a sexual attraction or whatever, it might be an issue.
And I've known women who've done these dating apps, and that's all they're going for is a free meal. So I get it. I get both sides of the conversations.
In my very first date after my divorce, I got one of these girls, and she's like, should we buy a bottle of wine? And I'm like, I have 4 kids at home. I'm divorced. No, we're not buying wine.
$40? I have to, what?
Yeah, and it was not a cheap place we went to, trust me. And I mean, she saw me coming right around the corner. I should have took her to a Chippendale show.
You should have.
And matter of fact, a group of Chippendales dancers from Vegas are actually trying to unionize all at one. They're going to cross the streams. 2 dozen male dancers who perform at the Rio Hotel have actually filed paperwork to hold a union election within the next month. Now, the muscle men are seeking health benefits and higher wages, but that's not all. They want compensation for their name, image, and likeness to use, that is, sell the Chippendale merchandise.
Sure.
Chips, usually, those workers they're also expected to mingle with the guest after each performance, and they want to be paid extra for those meet and greets. The Chippendales dancers have performed more than 8,700 shows since their debut at the Rio back in 2002. There's a documentary on the guy who did it. It's really a good show. I don't know about a documentary, but
a docudrama.
Docudrama, thank you.
The Hulu, yes, it's on Hulu.
It's really good.
It's so good.
It's really, really good, and you see what all went behind it. And they do, and let's just take away for what they do. Is that they're up there, they are their own
they do squats.
Business. They do a lot of squats, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. And they have to look good. Yeah. There's a whole lot. I'm 100% they should unionize behind it. And those meet and greets, you never know what's going to happen.
I'm just asking, do they make a lot of money?
They make pretty decent money.
Ladies, I'm willing to cross the picket line just for you. we can do the meet and greets anytime you want. Just let me get that money.
Hey, by the way, can I say something real quick? Can we stay on James real quick? Can we take that shot again of James real quick? It puts lotion on its skin.
Or else it gets the hose again.
Hey, man, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
I know. I'm trying to think what I was going to say. Oh my.
Baby
tips.
oil.
Okay.
Baby
they want to unionize. I get it, but they also make, I think, a large majority of the cash they make is in cash tips, right?
Oh, that's a good point.
So I don't know if they're factoring that in.
That's a good point.
I get the health benefits, sure. If they're working at the casino for the show, I would think that the casino would offer them some kind of benefit package.
It seems like so, yeah.
And I get the name, image, likeness thing. I think if you're going to use their images to sell calendars and merchandise, you should be able to have a little piece of that.
I agree. And totally forgot about tips. Yeah. I'm sure they make, that's probably not even considered in what they do with their taxes.
That's true.
All right,
moving on. PepsiCo has started adding more chips to bags following complaints about shrinkflation. Tostitos and Ruffles bonus bags will now contain 20% more for the same price as a standard bag. However, these will only be sold in select locations.
This is a scam.
The company says they are feeling the pressure to compete as more customers turn to their favorite supermarkets' in-house brands. Inflation has caused everything to be 4 times, 10 times more expensive. The price per ounce for salty snacks has gone up 36% compared to 2020, and there's been a 21% increase in grocery prices overall within the last 4 years.
I was excited about this. Now I know that we just fell victim to PepsiCo because I didn't realize it was only in certain locations.
Yeah.
So here it is. We're talking about this.
Yes.
We're like, oh, look, they're going to put more. So I think here, where we live, well, I'm going to go down and get chips that have more. It's not, but they could say that they're doing it. Right. So keep that in mind. It's not everywhere. And why just in some places?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? Why can't it be everywhere altogether? And it's the bottom line.
It's probably a bodega in New York somewhere, and some sort of rest stop in California, and those are the only two places.
And I have texted you multiple times.
Yes,
it's the Costco 300. Now it's going to be 400.
400.
The Costco 400
makes complete sense.
Yes, it does.
All right, we are going to tell you who the actress is that had the most deep fakes. All that, we have some more trending news stories. All right here on Daily Flash. Don't go anywhere. Y'all having fun?
Yes, we're having a great time.
We're all having fun.
DailyFlashShow.com.
Check it out.
If you miss a minute, you miss a lot.
Don't do that. We'll be back right after this.
Stay with us. James, get your Chippendale on.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson.
So glad to have you here. There's this new study out that has revealed the celebrities most at risk at being deepfaked.
Okay.
Do you know what deepfaked is, everybody? That's where they put your face on somebody
else's body or make you do something with your image.
The winner of the star who actually gets it is actually in a movie right now, Jenna Ortega. Best known for her role in Netflix for playing Wednesday. And so check out Deepfakes. And Beetlejuice, right? She's in the movie right now. Deepfakes use AI to create realistic image, video, or audio recordings that will mimic a person's likeness or voice. Ortega was found in 40,000 deepfake-related searches just last year. Now, all the celebrities featured in the top 10 deepfakes are females. It used to be Tom Cruise. He was in, I see that. Remember that one where he was running everywhere because he runs in every movie. They made some of
go. Run. He always says that.
Are we at an age? Do we need? Obviously, I think we do need to worry about what is going to be real and what is not. And I think where the issue is where we're now during election time. Yeah. We don't know what could happen 2-3 days before the actual election comes along. Something comes out, and they can be very ambiguous if it's real or not. And then you have that in your mind.
You started fake voicing us on our.
I did. Yeah. I have this thing. Yeah, we do our Zoom, like our meetings, production meetings, and I had this thing, and you could presently sound like Morgan Freeman.
Was that who that was?
And then it had the old lady voice and everything. And it's interesting because it was done in real time, just like not even 6 months ago. You had to record it and then they changes it, but now it can be changed in real time.
Yeah, I was talking and it comes out as.
It'll come as close to Morgan Freeman.
Is that who that is?
And so I think we're at a place where that laws need to be made now as far as what deepfake is going to be, and penalties as well, is because, man, I tell you, it's the Wild West right now.
It's a little terrifying. I think it might have been 60 Minutes that did a story on it a while back, and they showed the deepfake of Tom Cruise, and you could not tell the difference. And so I can understand why so many actors are concerned about, their future, their legacy, the industry, the union contract. Yeah. And I think Robin Williams before had some sort of premonition to this and said that he didn't want his name, image, or likeness ever to be used in any sort of new factor again.
But he did. In the Disney 100-year thing, his family allowed them to do the voice when you see the little cartoon of him.
But for him to have that thinking, that foresight to say, hey, moving forward, I don't want. And I think there were a couple of other actors.
James Earl Jones read the dictionary for Disney.
And gave it away,
So think about that. And what you're watching, is it going to be real now? And we are so used to just, okay.
Do you think we're skeptical, though? Do we think, because I'm looking at stuff online now, especially in social media. I'm like, is that AI? I'm not sure if that's AI.
I am.
I'm a lot more skeptical.
I think our eye still picks it out.
I was going to tell you, this is where tech polices tech, right?
Yeah.
So right now, you have Google and other platforms who are making sure anything that's made with AI either says AI in the description or it's flagged as AI. They have to now because of all the stuff that's happened.
But you said Lisa, but if something goes out, let's like my example as far as the election goes, how long does it take for them to realize that it's not? That's the issue.
The action outweighs the apology, because once you see it, it's like, okay, now I believe it. And half the time the apology only gets maybe, a tenth of the attention that the actual image or,
just keep that
article or story says. Kim Kardashian's kid Northwest might be ready for her close-up, and she tells all in a new interview. The 11-year-old daughter of Kim and Kanye is on the cover of Interview magazine as one of their featured fall cover stories.
She worked so hard to get to this point.
I mean, she really busted her butt.
She really did. North was interviewed for the magazine by her mom, Kim K, revealing how she really feels about school, her siblings, and more. When asked whether she likes being on camera, North said that while she likes taking photos of herself, she's not as keen on the paparazzi. West also called out her mom for not cooking a family meal in a couple of years. She described the last thing Kim cooked for her was mac and cheese on Halloween back in 2022, calling out her mom there a little bit.
Calling her out, and then the mom interviewing. So if you were really looking for an in-depth interview,
this is probably not the magazine article for you.
Interesting.
She is her father's daughter.
She is her father's daughter.
No filter.
No filter.
Captain Jack Sparrow, he's back. It's not, though, for a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Johnny Depp has resurrected the character to cheer up some kids going through a pretty rough time. The actor stopped by a children's hospital in Spain dressed as his lovable pirate, Captain Jack, complete with the eyeliner, dreads, and this slight drunken walk. He was handing out rum to all the kids. It was not at all. No. JD had a cheerful hello for the doctor. Hard work. He took a group of photo with the staff, capping off what was an exciting day for the staff and their patients. It's also worth noting that Depp is actually in Spain for the premiere of his new film, Modi, 3 days on the Wing of Madness. It's about a chaotic 72 hours in the life of a bohemian artist. Depp only appears behind the camera on the project as the director, just the second feature film that he is actually directed altogether.
Do you think he's starting to try and get back in good graces with Disney and resurrect that
drunken guy right character? Drunken pirate right there.
Look, can I say this though? Johnny Depp has done this a lot of times, and he is one of the nicest people to these kids, and he has done, like him and John Cena. Are some of the best that when they show up, they're like, oh, I'm going to dress up in my outfit. Like he's been here at Disneyland or Disney World doing the entire thing.
He did it. Matter of fact, in the opening of the ride, he was actually in it, and people had no idea.
No
But to your point,
I
think after the trial, there were so many things. This is only good publicity for him. And as Matt said, he was doing this before that, afterwards. So it wasn't like he's doing this too.
He does seem like one of those actors too that doesn't require the spotlight on him when he's doing a good deed. He tries to kind of fly under the radar maybe
He
a little
seems
bit.
like a guy I want to hang out with.
I can see that.
He's very soft-spoken. And I've interviewed him one time, and he just talked
very soft-spoken.
He's not like his character at all. Hey, we have more Flash headed your way. If you go anywhere, you're missing out on it, and we do not want that to happen. Stick around.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I am Matt Doolittle, and welcome to our furry friends today. Well, sometimes I think it's okay for doggos to break the rules that us humans have, but one dog hopefully found its way down. Check this out.
Hey everyone, my name is Marshall Mosier, and I'm about to go paramotor over the tops of the Great Pyramids of Giza. Yesterday when we were flying, we saw something we did not expect. There's a dog stuck at the top of the Pyramid of Khafre, the second tallest pyramid here in Giza. And I honestly don't know how it got up there, because the blocks on the pyramid are like 6, 7, 8 feet tall. And I don't know if it can get down. So we're gonna go fly back over the top, see if we can find it, and maybe we can send it some help. It is illegal to climb the pyramids, but at least we can fly over the top and see if it's still there. So let's go find this dog.
Yes, they did find the dog on his way down, and he is okay, which is fantastic. You know, I love seeing those, but it's the most random thing that the guy was out there. So, Bully Cat UK, don't look too much into this. As the name suggests, the breed closely resembles the controversial American XL Bully dog in its Scotchy build, which was banned in England earlier this year. The XL Bully Cat, also known as a Bambino, right? Bambino, James? No, James left. Is a breed mixed by mutant genes that causes hairless cats in the Sphinx cat's gene to resemble, for the most short legs, Mucinix cats. So please do not buy a Bully Cat in the UK. And Mitch, Do you want a bully cat? Do we want a bully cat?
Listen, nobody wants a bully cat because first off, cats, they actually think they own the world as it is, and find one that's a bully cat.
I got one right now that's trying to fight its way through a door, so
there you go. Absolutely. Thank you, Matt. And thanks for your furry friends. Let's jump into some trending news stories. You'll love this one, guys. A 71-year-old pole dancer defying gravity and expectations in an age-obsessed Los Angeles. Mary Saratella, she still wears the high heels, performs in bikinis. Guys, look at me. Look at me. Don't be looking at the camera. She also posts videos of herself on Instagram. She started pole dancing back in 2010 when she was 57 years old. Her family has actually been supportive of her dancing. Mary says that she loved, that her daughter loved it, but it took her sons a little bit longer to come around.
Yeah, I would think.
She says there are challenges at her age, like arthritis and hip replacement, to name a few. Not joking. Modern pole dancing originated in strip clubs back in the 1950s, if you need the history, but it became more mainstream in the past few decades. International Pole Sports Federation, yes, there is one. They're pushing to get pole dancing included in the Olympics. And the benefit of pole dancing when you're that age, when you're upside down, your wrinkles go away. So keep that in mind as well. Do you think it'd make a good Olympic sport? I mean, after breakdancing.
After having to suffer through breakdancing, pole dancing would be an absolute smash hit.
And now, how would you get judged? Like, how much money you make during? Would that be a part of it?
That's interesting. How do you judge that?
And I guarantee you that would be the one venue that sells out months before it even opens
100%. I think she looks fantastic for her age and the fact that look at the flexibility.
Right. I'm giving her a hard time, but that's awesome. That is actually really awesome.
Terrific. I mean, yeah, but the whole pole dancing as an Olympic sport,
I don't think it's ever going to happen, but it deserves it. It's
possible.
If you will.
Well, and I think, when you look at the Olympics, the Summer Olympics will be in Los Angeles.
Now it makes even more sense.
Now it makes even more sense, right? Don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, trending stories or not, what do you think about it? Drop us an email. We would love to, of course, hear from you.
Yes. When walking down the aisle ahead of Election Day, couples are hoping their guests can set aside any political differences. As fall weddings become more popular, brides and grooms across the nation are concerned that their dream day could be ruined by feuding families and indeed. Election Day. Some soon-to-be married say they are tweaking their wedding receptions by banning booze and posting no politics allowed signs at the celebration. Some wedding experts warn that attempts to ban political conversation could backfire, especially with a large group. Asking people not to do something means you're putting it front and center, and they are more likely to do it.
Yeah, and my feeling is, why are these people? Why do you have to bring it up? You're making. I want you to know what I think at somebody else's big day.
Yes.
Why do you have to put it on that? I was stopped in the store the other day, and this guy who was on a recumbent bike was riding through the aisles on a recumbent bike and had a T-shirt on.
What?
It was a political T-shirt, okay? And I won't say which one. And he goes, "Well, what do you think of my T-shirt?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, what do you think about it?" And I go, "Well, I really don't get into politics. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know you. I don't know why you would care what I think.
Why would I engage in this potential fight?"
To a guy that's on a recumbent bike in a grocery store. That's the guy that has to let everybody know what he thinks. It drove me crazy. And you see those people all the time. Just a wedding is a time to forget all that stuff.
And celebrate. But it never fails. So there's always some drama and some kind of meltdown that happens at a wedding.
And those are the people that shouldn't get invited to the wedding.
100%.
So keep that in mind. We got more today's trends and tomorrow's talk right here on Daily Flash. Don't go anywhere. We're having lots of fun. We want you to have fun with us.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everybody, I am Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
It's so cool to have you here. We really love
Yes.
you. We also want you to check out our website, dailyflashshow.com. Got some good news for right now.
Okay.
We're all worried about AI and facial recognition.
Yes.
Wherever we go, it's already out there.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a very quick, a truncated, succinct story here. Oh, too late. I caught a raccoon yesterday. My hand. This is about the number 10 in our backyard.
Wait. You can't start a story with, I caught a raccoon.
Well, because he goes and he craps in our pool and says, like, can you catch this thing? So I caught him.
Swimming raccoon?
Yeah, no, that's his toilet. He doesn't swim. Anyway, now we're going off subject.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I caught this raccoon and I always take it. I have a certain place where I take it out in the woods and let it go. Well, I had to go take Enzo to his crew practice, so it took me out of my way, and I had this raccoon in the back of my truck for a good hour and a half driving around. So anyway, I'll just take it here. Well, I pull up to this lake. I thought this would be a nice place for him.
Was it raining yesterday too?
No, it didn't rain at this time.
Was it raining on the raccoon?
No, the raccoon got no rain, but I pull up to this building and there's a camera up there and I'm like, I'm not going to do it here. So I had to wind up going anyway. That's why I told you that story. Now, here is the good news. It is called AI adversarial training. And what that is how to get these cameras that use AI to not recognize you. Some folks at the University of Maryland have made a sweater that this sweater it's got symbols on it. It's a Cosby ugly looking sweater.
A Coogie sweater. Those are what those are called, Coogie. Yeah.
Well, right now his is orange. He's got an orange sweater right now. Yeah. But anyway, so they put this thing on and AI will not recognize you. Now I say, hey, this is great. Well, I'll get these ugly sweaters.
Yeah.
But if they have that technology now that all it takes is a sweater, think about what the bad guys are doing to get away from AI right now. If that, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So this adversarial training is something that now is benefiting people that don't want to have it, but eventually the bad guys are going to jump on it as well. And I don't think they're selling the sweater as of yet. I'm not sure if you ever want to wear it.
The greatest video of all time would have been Mitch English releasing a raccoon into a pond.
This guy was
in the back of his pickup truck.
This guy was mad. He did not like driving around like that. He went after me a couple times, and I wear these big gloves, and like I'll open up the front and I'll go like that. They always take off, and then this guy took off, and then he got far away where I couldn't get him, and he looked at me like this. He was like,
he gave you a raccoon stare.
Hold on, wait, yeah.
He gave you a proper raccoon stare.
You bastard. You kept me in the back of that truck.
But you dropped him off at lakefront property.
Yeah. I gave him a great place to retire. And I looked around for dumpsters. There's plenty of dumpsters.
Timeshare at that lake.
In a commercial break, I'm going to tell you where I drop all the other ones off. You'll laugh your butt off. Okay?
Okay. A group of Chippendales dancers from Las Vegas are trying to unionize. 24 male dancers who perform at the Rio Hotel have filed paperwork to hold a union election within the next month. The Muscle Men are seeking health benefits and higher wages, but that's not all. They want compensation for their name, image, and likeness used to sell all the Chippendales merchandise. Chips workers say they are also expected to mingle with guests after each performance, and they want to be paid extra for the meet and greets. The Chippendales dancers have performed more than 8,700 shows since their debut at the Rio Hotel back in 2002.
Jackson, you're the only female in this room right now. I'm going to ask for the God camera here for a second, but who looks at, if women go to these male strip shows, anybody have a problem with that? Raise your hand. Mitch, take the guy camera.
And Mitch, we have been to Thunder from Down Under.
Yes.
We have.
Why do ladies have such a big problem with us going to a strip show when those guys do 10 times worse?
It's true. I'll give you that. That's a great point. That's a great point. I'll tell you what I think the difference is. I think a majority of these guys who do the dancing, they probably lean in one direction sexually. Okay, and I think when we think of guys going to a strip club, we think, oh, well, they're going to be interested in that woman. That's the kind of woman that they want. So that might be the reason why women are a little bit more skeptical when it comes to guys going to strip clubs.
Here's the thing. If Liza, who doesn't get into this, but if she's like, hey, I want to go to Thunder Down Under, I go, how much do you need? I'll give you 301. What do you need? Because have fun, because when you come home
across the street.
Yes.
Now that you tell me that they lean that way.
Yes. If you live it, love it, or buy it, we talk about it on Life Love Shopping. So let's dive right in. We start with this. A Florida stomach doc is revealing his secrets to better gut health, and it does not require a prescription. Here's more with Dr. Joseph Salab.
Things I do as a doctor to protect my gut and liver health. I usually start off the day with vitamin C. Now that's either with lemon water or lemon tea or eating just fresh fruits, because people who eat more vitamin C tend to have a lower risk of gallbladder stones, better liver health, health and better gut bacteria. I try to aim to eat 2 1-ounce servings of tree nuts weekly because we know that people who eat more tree nuts tend to have a lower risk of colon cancer and a lower risk of fatty liver disease. Next, I try to get my coffee in. Now, whether you drink caffeinated or decaffeinated, they both have great antioxidant qualities to them, and coffee can be protective against gallbladder stones and fatty liver disease. Omega-3s are essential to gut and liver health, and I try to get them by eating fish at least 3 times a week. But if you don't eat fish, you can get them from walnuts, chia seeds, and even things like flax seeds. Now, most days I try to cook or meal prep. I try to stay away from fast food that's greasy and fried. I'm not perfect and I splurge sometimes, but I notice that when I cook myself, I tend not to overeat and I feel very nourished. And finally, I try to stay active, whether that's a bike ride after dinner or just getting my 5,000 to 10,000 steps in per day. I notice this helps me digest better. People who exercise more have a lower risk of liver disease, lower risk of gallbladder stones, better gut bacteria, and healthy bowel movements. Follow me for more.
Dr. Salam, thank you. Here's a splurge for your taste buds and your wallet. It is considered the most expensive martini in the United States, and it's being served in Chicago at the Italian eatery known as Adelina. The restaurant has teamed up with Mero Fine, a high-end bridal jewelry brand located right below the restaurant. The drink is called the Mero Martini. It's mixed with smoked heirloom tomatoes, and the ingredients include mezcal from green agave, chili liqueur, and lemon basil olive oil. The finishing touch, it's served alongside a 9-carat diamond tennis necklace featuring 150 diamonds in 14-karat gold. The price? $13,000. Not sure if the tip is included. I should hope so. Before being served, the drink is smoked in a glass and then presented to the bar patron with the diamond necklace on the side. Pickpocketing is surging in popular tourist destinations, including London. Check out this video from a restaurant with outdoor dining. A woman approaches the table, and as she points to something, she covers one woman's cell phone with a piece of paper. While she distracts the customer, she steals her phone, which was next to her plate, before wandering away. Experts from security firm Get Licensed offered this advice to travelers.
Some advice maybe for people that, don't want to be pickpocketed, or they don't want to lose valuable objects like their phone. Keep them on you at all times. Don't leave them unattended. Don't leave them with other people, just like not leaving your drinks unattended. Put your wallet, your purse, your phone in your front pocket. Ladies who've maybe got the handbag, put your handbag in front of you while you're dancing, not round to the back of you. So I suppose these are just some little things that just to be conscious of.
They can all make a world of difference. Word has it 8 new emojis will be coming to your iPhone very soon, and one of the most anticipated emojis includes an emoticon with under-eye bags. Who knew? The Unicode Standard, the group behind maintaining standards for all emoticons, announced the new icons at a recent meeting. The other new emojis include the fingerprint, a purple splat, a turnip, a leafless tree, a harp, a shovel, and the official flag of Sark, an island in the English Channel. Well, the last time new emojis were added to the character index was last September. There are currently more than 3,700 emojis, and some of the most popular ones include the red heart, the prayer hands, and the fire symbol. Well, that story gets the sparkle and the green check mark emoji for sure. For more information on any of these stories, please head to our website, llsshow.com. Once you're there, you can check out previous episodes and get more details on our life, love, shopping topics. And don't forget to follow us on social media. @LLSshow is our handle. Stay with us. More coming up.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. All right, what if I would say to you, and I told you that you're just one step away from making you look like you're 20 years old again? Cool, right? It's called reverse aging. Check this out. And joining us now about reverse aging is Hillary Brick. She's health correspondent for Business Insider. Hooked, you reel me in here. Tell me more how I can look 20 years old, this breakthrough in technology, reverse aging research. You got to let me know more about this. Our audience is dying to know.
Yeah, so of course, what we saw there is not exactly reality yet. A lot of times aging researchers talk about what's now versus what's next. So right now people are doing things like lifestyle interventions, diet, exercise, supplements, but there are these sort of far off things like reversing aging. This is something called cellular reprogramming.
Okay.
And the idea is that you could get your cells to actually act younger again.
Okay. Now, how close are we actually to seeing that practical applications out there, maybe even into healthcare?
Yeah, so a couple of areas where people are working on this. One is skin and the other is eyeballs. So this is actually a technique that's already been tried, injected into the eyes of both mice and monkeys, and they're hoping to do people next and basically reverse age-related blindness.
Okay, which actually is a huge issue, especially later, because now we're getting closer. We're on our screen so much, our eyes are breaking down. So, and you're hearing more and more about this, so I can see that. Not sure if I can get a shot in my eyeball, but I don't know. I also understand blood transfusions. I've been hearing things about this. All these really rich people are getting these blood transfusions. Is that part of that as well, that they can change their innards, if you will, from these blood transfusions?
Yeah, there are a lot of things that biohackers, as they're sometimes called, are doing right now to try to reverse aging. The science here is still very young, so a lot of these things are still unproven. Of course, people are also doing things like injecting stem cells. Yeah. These are all techniques that maybe are promising, but also, the quality really varies and it's hard to know. It's hard to tell if they're really working.
What about ethically? How is the community kind of taking this as far as the concerns, this reverse aging technology?
I mean, you hit on this a little bit. It's still sort of a rich person's game right now. On the other hand, some of the things that people talk about with potential to help out with aging are some drugs that are very cheap and, again, still unproven for now. But, there's a diabetes drug, metformin, that a lot of people think might have promise for aging. That's like 20 cents.
Wow.
So, not everything is expensive, but again, still very early stage, still unproven, and a lot more research needs to be done.
Hillary, thank you so much for this information. If you'd like to find out more about reverse aging, head to businessinsider.com.
A busy holiday season is expected and stores will be full of shoppers. Here with tips to protect against fraud and keep checkout secure is Judith McGuire with Discover. Hi, Judith.
Thanks for having me. At Discover, we work very closely with merchants to understand how we can help them serve their customers better. So recently we did a study with 451 Research where we talked to merchants and we talked to customers to better understand what's top of mind for them, especially as we start this important holiday shopping season. And what we heard was that for merchants, it is very important that they have secure payment options available for their customers. And what we heard from cardholders or consumers is that they want to be able to pay the way they want to pay. So what does that mean to merchants? I would say for merchants, job one is making sure that you are accepting all payment options available to you. You don't want to risk turning away a customer because they can't pay the way they want to pay. That's why Discover is accepted today at 99% of places that take cards in the U.S. The merchants don't want to risk losing a sale. Beyond that, if I'm a merchant, I would basically take advantage of other ways that we know that consumers are evolving in their payment preferences. So one great option is to support the ability to tap on your terminal device. We call it contactless. This is something that close to 40% of consumers are telling us is their preference for paying at the point of sale. If I'm a consumer, what can I do to secure my payment device? What can I do to make sure that it's a secure payment environment? Well, I would certainly be diligent when I enter my payment credentials online. Make sure you know where you're entering that critical information. Another great option at the point of sale and online is to use digital wallets. These wallets are not only safe and convenient, but they have added security built into the wallet, where you might authenticate as you open the wallet with a thumbprint or a retinal scan, sometimes a password, but all ways that we can make sure that you, the wallet user, are the same person that was issued that card and add extra security for that transaction. So digital wallets are a great option for cardholders to use as they think about support secure payments over the holidays. Where can you get even more tips and more information about this important topic? Go to our Insights Hub on discoverglobalnetwork.com. Thank you.
Hey, today is National Plan a Vacation Day, and the Travel Mom is back to share one of her favorite ways to vacation and tell us why now is a great time to book.
Happy National Plan a Vacation Day and greetings from onboard Discovery Princess, where I'm currently on a 7-night Mexican Riviera sailing. I love cruising for so many reasons. It's a tremendous value and it's so easy. You've got your accommodations, your meals, activities. You're magically transported to different ports while you sleep. You only pack and unpack one time. And Princess makes it so simple with their medallion class of service, creating a personalized experience for everyone. And Princess sails to so many of my favorite destinations. They're a leader in Alaska, bringing more guests to the area than anyone else. Like I said, I'm in Mexico and I love a Mexican Riviera sailing. Europe is fantastic, especially the Mediterranean. And now's the ideal time of year to book your vacation on a Princess cruise because they're offering deals for wave season. You can save up to 40% off the rate of your cabin, get a cabin upgrade. Third and fourth person will sail free within your cabin. You have a $99 deposit and so much more. And in honor of National Plan a Vacation Day, there's an additional special offer that you can find through January 30th. All you have to do is go to princess.com. I'm Emily Kaufman, the Travel Mom. Happy National Plan a Vacation Day and happy sailing.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. It's the stranger than fiction story of an aspiring actress in 1970s Los Angeles and a serial killer in the midst of a murder spree. Their lives intersect when they're cast on an episode of The Dating Game. This is today's must-watch movie, Woman of the Hour.
Oh my God, where are we? What is this place? Anyway, I'm auditioning in a week.
That's in the bag.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have this like Patti Smith vibration thing going on. I'm talking about soul.
Okay. Sorry. I think that's good. That's good. I'm into that.
He came from the sunset.
How do you feel right now?
Fine.
He came from my sorrow.
Excuse me, man. Can you give us another round? We'll have to get out of here then, huh? I'll walk with you. Hey. You told me your number?
I just gave it to you.
Yeah, no, I know. I just want to make sure I have the right one.
Right. Just let me see it and
Can't repeat it from memory?
interesting here, of course, dating game big in the 70s. It was a lot of stars that were actually on the show, including
Tom Selleck?
Tom Selleck was on it, Steve Martin.
Harrison Ford?
Harrison Ford, I believe, was on it as well. Michael Richards from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So, and Sally Field was also on it.
Oh, was she a contestant?
Yeah,
Oh,
mentioned
how about
that in the movie. That does it for our big show. Y'all take care. We'll see you when we look at you.
Be good.